Today, I was thinking about something that was interesting. I honestly forget, well, interesting to me at least. I honestly forget what sparked my thinking about this. But I was just thinking about, like, I wonder how much of what people do is genuinely just in an effort to, like, make themselves feel better about being them. And, like, I don't know, I don't want to call it like a theory, but I wonder if, like to me in my mind, it makes sense that, like, there's a lot of, like, just by existing day to day, there's a lot of, like, stuff you could think about that you're doing that's objectively awful. Like, these lights. These were for 20 bucks on Amazon. The lights that you can't see, but that I'm using to record this. These were 20 bucks on Amazon. There's no way these were made ethically. Someone is probably having the worst time ever across the world making these lights. You know what I mean? I don't know where these brushes were made. Does it have it on the brush? I don't know. But I can't imagine that they're, you know, the practices that go into, like, everything surrounding me is probably pretty awful, right? And this is something we all acknowledge, you know what I mean? I mean, like, I don't think there are many people that think, like, everything's handmade still. I don't think many people are above the age of 10 believing in the North Pole that elves are making all of our things. And I think you can even extend this to other things. So just, like, I mean, how many times a day do you do something that you want to do at the, you know, the, chagrin of someone? Is that the word? Like, what's the word when you win and they lose? You know what I mean? In ways you don't even know, you know? Like, you could have gotten a job last week and someone else needed that job way more and they're, like, not doing well now. You know, like, a million things a day probably happen that really aren't good. I mean, our phones. I'm sure you're watching this on a device that was made with, like actual slave labor, basically. Like, or wage slavery at the very least. So much, and this isn't me trying to, like, overly, you know, this isn't me trying to be like, oh, I acknowledge these things so much. I do, but I'm not doing anything about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm, like, the foremost person to be scolding people on the ethicality of their consumption. I mean, like, I'm still here recording with all the brushes and the lights on my phones. You know what I mean?